See, when I used to do sales, I used to have the privilege of being invited into rich people's homes and a lot of middle and lower class homes as well. And what I discovered was incredible. I found that rich people had less stuff than the lower class people, and they also had the more minimalistic homes. They might have had more expensive stuff, but they had less stuff. Whereas the lower class had accumulated loads and loads of stuff. They had drawers full of stuff. So what ends up happening is they get forced to upsize their home, and they even buy storage units to offload some of their stuff. Because see, the thing is, with one-click purchasing, same-day delivery options, the average UK citizen's credit card debt being £5,000, and with advertising on every street corner, everywhere you look, whether it's on your phone you're being advertised to, the billboards in the streets, I've even seen them in lifts and elevators. For me, having less stuff is more. Hi everyone, and welcome to this video. For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Scott.McClure. I'm a six-figure brand owner, and I also own the E-Academy. This is a learning space that I introduced to be an alternative to university and college for entrepreneurs. A space where you can learn high-ticket skills that will get you hitting 10k plus per month that school would never teach you. In this video, I'm going to talk about minimalism and how I think that minimalism and living a minimalistic life has actually helped me become successful. I'll also explain something that I discovered, which was the differences between rich people and poor people and their spending tendencies that you definitely did not know about. I'll also share with you 4 ways to live a more minimalistic life so that you're less stressed, have more money, and become more successful. First of all, you need to know what is minimalism. Minimalism is living meaningful with less. Minimalism is also a spectrum. It's different for everybody, and that's the best thing about minimalism, is you get to decide what minimalism looks like to you. See, for some people who practice minimalism, you might have seen these videos where they literally penny pinch. They only have so many items of clothing and their house looks bare and it only has the essentials. For me, it's not about that. I do own expensive items, though I definitely have less stuff in comparison to lower class people. Minimalism is not about the penny pinching for me. It's just about living a clutter-free lifestyle and only having things in my life that are meaningful and useful and that actually serve a purpose. I feel like this has definitely made me become successful in a way because I don't spend mindlessly and I do budget as well. See, I'm not the kind of person to keep up with the Joneses, buying the next jacket, buying the newest console, and basically just giving into social pressure, because I found that having less stuff makes you more appreciative for the stuff that you actually do have, and you tend to become more resourceful, whereas people with loads and loads of stuff just feel suffocated and unhappy. I believe that living a clutter-free lifestyle on the outside equals a clutter-free life on the inside, and for me, having less stuff is more. See, when I used to do sales, I used to have the privilege of being invited in to rich people's homes and a lot of middle and lower class homes as well, and what I discovered was incredible. I found that rich people had less stuff than the lower class people, and they also had the more minimalistic homes. They might have had more expensive stuff, but they had less stuff. Whereas the lower class had accumulated loads and loads of stuff. They had drawers full of stuff, boxes full of unnecessary stuff, the loft is filled with loads and loads of stuff to the point where they can't even find anything. So what ends up happening is they get forced to upsize their home to have more rooms and more space, and they even buy storage units to offload some of their stuff as well. See, the lower class had more stuff than the rich. Can you believe that? This is because they take everything that is offered to them and buying things that they do not need and do not use. But I totally get it, because see, the thing is, with one-click purchasing, same-day delivery options, the average UK citizen's credit card debt being £5,000, and with advertising on every street corner, everywhere you look, whether it's on your phone you're being advertised to, the billboards in the streets, I've even seen them in lifts and elevators, everywhere you go, you are being advertised to. We are basically being manipulated to think that we need more stuff in order to be happy, when that's not even the case. Billions are literally being spent every single year telling us we need this and we need that. Think about it. This is a massive issue in the UK just now. I've seen it with my own eyes. And with the cost of living crisis that's happening in the UK just now, you think people would be more aware and more cautious of their spending, but the reality is they just spend more because this gives them this short dopamine rush, which then leads them to feel unhappy and unfulfilled. You already know this, but the more stuff that you buy, it won't make you feel happy. It's short-lived. It's just a small buzz that you get. Think about Christmas. I remember being younger and getting loads and loads of presents at Christmas. And yes, when I opened them one by one, every time it just gave me this short little buzz, that dopamine rush, and we felt excited and buzzing. But the truth is, the next day, how many of the presents did we actually play with and use? Probably a few of them. This was then followed by a massive crash, and you've been given loads of stuff that you did not need, and it was a total waste of money. But look, I'm not saying not to get your kids presents. That's not what I'm saying here, 100%. That's what Christmas is all about. But maybe focus on experiences more than materialistic things, because even as a kid, it's actually living and experiencing life where the true happiness actually comes from. So with that being said, here is 4 ways that you can live a more minimalistic life and in turn feel more happy and be more successful. Number 1 is say no to free stuff. Yes, you heard me. It is no use and it just takes up space. Number 2, you knew this one was coming. You need to stop giving in to advertisements. Billions are being spent on advertising, telling you need more stuff, because apparently it's going to make your life easier and it's going to make your life better. And by 2026, the global market for advertising is set to cross the $1 trillion mark. Stop being manipulated to buy stuff you don't need. And number 3 is to have a massive clear out, whether that be your full house or just your room. You can even sell these items on Facebook Marketplace or Depop, and with way less stuff in your home, you will feel much better in that space, trust me. And number 4, choose experiences over materialistic stuff. Save up for nice trips instead of buying the latest pair of Yeezys. This happiness is short-lived. You'll feel good for a day and you'll forget that you even bought them. So in a nutshell, with minimalism, you can be as extreme as you want to be and literally only have the essentials in your home. Or like me, you can still buy expensive items, but only meaningful and useful items, stuff that you're actually going to use, so you can enjoy the benefits of a clutter-free lifestyle, which will in turn save you money. You'll become more resourceful, feel better in a clutter-free space, and you'll be more grateful of what you do have.